Hi everyone, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. My name is Osetale. This is a fashion channel where I share pattern drafting and tutorial videos on how to cut and sew. If you are new here, this is the first time you are coming across any of my videos, you are highly welcome. Please do want to hit on the subscribe button. So on today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys how I made this beautiful sheep dress with bell sleeve. If it's something you're interested in, please keep on watching, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started.
I could stay like this, forever following you.
So guys, this is the fabric I'm going to be using to share with you guys how I made the dress. It is a crepe fabric and I have 2 yards of it, and I'm also going to be making use of this feather for the hem part of the sleeve, and I have 1.5 yards of the feather. So to draft this out, I'm going to be drafting it on my pattern paper because of the nature of this fabric. The fabric is very stretchy and it will be very difficult to cut directly on the fabric. So because of that, I'm just going to place them aside. Then I'll bring my pattern paper, which I'm going to be using to draft it out. For this tutorial, these are the body measurements that I'm going to be making use of. Note that the round body measurements are not my tight round body measurements, so make sure to give it enough allowance when you are taking your measurement on your body, because we are not sewing a tight dress. So as you can see, I'm reading the line here, which is going to serve as the starting line. Then after doing that, on this line that I just wrote, you're going to go ahead and take the shoulder measurement divided by 2. On this mark that I just made, I'm going to come down by 0.75 inch for the shoulder slope. Then I'll come here and mark 3.5 inches for the neck width. Then after doing that, I'm going to connect my shoulder just the way you see me doing. After doing that, the next thing is to get the armhole depth. So I normally do this by dividing my round tight bust measurement by 6, and I will add 1.5. Whenever I do that, I have 7.5. Now just measure what you have here, make sure you have the same thing, 8 inches. Then go ahead and connect it just like that. After doing that, this is what you're going to have. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to take all the horizontal measurements. So I just place my tape on the starting line and I measure to my waistline, take it all the way to my hip line, which is 25 inches. Then I'm going to take the full length of this dress. The full length I'm making use of is 35 inches. So my pattern paper ends at 35.5, so I just leave it like that. I'll just use it like that. Okay, so after doing that, now go ahead and connect the dots. Now the next thing you're going to do is to label it the waistline, then this is the hip line. Okay, so after doing that, come to this armhole depth here. You're going to divide what you have into 2, just like that, and you get the midpoint of it. So on that mark, you go in by 1/2 inch. Then on this line, which is the chest line, you're going to go ahead and take your round bust measurement divided by 4. So the round bust I'm using for this free dress is 38 inches. Divided by 4, I have 9.5. So I just made a mark there. Now I'm going to connect these 3 dots. So just position your French curve in a way that it is sitting on the 3 dots. Then go ahead and create a perfect armhole. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to get the round waist measurement. So I'll just measure what I have on the chest line, which is the round bust measurement. I'll add extra 1 inch to it and take it on the waistline. So what I have here is 9.5. So I add 1 inch to it, so I mark 10.5 on the waistline. Then coming to the hip line, I'm going to divide my round hip measurement by 4, and I have 12.5. So go ahead and mark it just like that. Now on the hemline, what I have as my round hip measurement divided by 4, I added extra 1 inch to it and I took it on the hemline. So after marking it, now you're going to go ahead to connect all the dots just the way you see me doing. So I think it will be better to make use of this hip curve. So just go ahead and connect the dots just the way you see me doing, guys. So after doing that, this is what you're going to have. So this hem part, I'm going to be going up here by 1 or 1.5 inches. So I just went up by 1.5 inches. Then I'm going to just connect a slanted line. Did you see? Just like that. And that is it. After doing that, now the next thing I'm going to do is to draft out the neckline. So initially we used 3.5 inches for the neck width. Now for the neck depth, I will be coming down by 4 inches for the neck depth. I'll make a mark there, then I will use the French curve to create a round neckline. This is going to be the neckline for the front. Okay, I'll be using this particular pattern paper that you're seeing right now to cut both the front and the back. So for the back neckline, I'll be coming down by 1 inch. Okay, I just made a mark there with 1 inch. Then I'll be connecting it just the way you see me doing, a small round neckline, which is going to be for the back. Okay, please watch very carefully what I'm doing so that you will understand. I'm using one pattern paper to draft both the front and the back. So for the neckline of the front, there is a V after the round neckline. So for the width of the V, I will be marking it out with 0.75 inch, and for how long the V is going to be, I'll be marking it out with 2 inches or 2.5 inches depending on your size. So I marked mine out with 2 inches. Then I'm just going to connect it just like this. Okay, you can either choose to leave it as a V or you do a little U or something. So I'm just using this curve rule to create a U, whichever one you want to cut. So guys, this is it. Now I'm going to go ahead to cut this out. So don't worry, when I'm cutting on fabric, you will know how I'm going to use this particular pattern paper to cut both the front and the back. So this is what I have after I was done cutting it out. You can see I have not cut the neck yet, so I will do that when cutting on fabric. Now I have another fresh pattern paper I'm going to be using to draft out the sleeve. So to do that, the first thing is to rule a line here, which is going to serve as the starting line. After doing that, on this line I'm going to place my tape there. Then I'll take the full length of the sleeve. The length of the sleeve is 23 inches. I'll be taking away 1 inch, so that because of the feather that we have, guys, so that's going to add to the full length of the sleeve. So I just took away 1 inch from the actual length of the sleeve. I marked 22 inches. Now the next thing is for me to come to the starting line here. I'm going to take my round armhole measurement divided by 2 and make a mark. So on that mark, I will come down by 4.5 inches for the sleeve slope. Then I will divide what I have here into 2 and get the middle of it. Now I'm going to come here and measure what I have here and divide it into 2 as well. So half of it, I'll be taking it on this line. So I'll just come down by half of what I have there. Now I'm going to create the sleeve slope. So just place your curve rule on it like this, and you're going to create it just like this. Then after doing that, you flip it to the other side and use it and create it to meet the other dots. Guys, this is the most perfect way to get your sleeve slope. Now I'm going to measure on this slope that I just got, and I'll measure my round armhole measurement divided by 2 and make a mark. After doing that, I'll come down here and take the round arm measurement divided by 2 and make a mark. So I came down by about 8 inches and I took the round arm measurement divided by 2 and I make a mark there. Now on the hemline, I'm going to be measuring either 11 or 10 inches for the width. So I marked 10 inches for the width of the hemline. Now I'm going to use the hip curve to connect the dots that I just made, just the way you see me doing. So guys, after connecting, this is what you are going to have it looking like. So go ahead and cut it out. So this is for the sleeve. This is what I'll be using to cut out the sleeve. Basically guys, we've gone ahead to draft out the basic patterns that we are going to be needing. Now I'll be using it to cut on my fabric. So to cut this, you can see I have folded my fabric into two, just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and place the pattern paper on it just like this. Make sure to leave space on top there for the sewing allowances. I went ahead to pin it down just like the way you're seeing right now. I'm going to go ahead to cut the back piece first. So I'll be cutting the back neckline because I'm cutting the back piece. Okay, you can see I'm cutting the neckline with the fabric together. So after cutting it, now we leave ½ inch on top of the shoulder here, which is going to be for the sewing allowance. I will also leave ½ inch on the armhole area, which is also going to be for the sewing allowance. Now for the sides, I'm going to be leaving up to 1 inch for the joining. Okay, so that's how you are going to go ahead to cut it out, just like that. So guys, this is it. What I basically did is I left ½ inch for the shoulder, the armhole, 1 inch for the side, and I left up to 1.5 inch for the hem. Okay, so that was it. You can see this back piece does not have zipper allowance. There is no going to be any zipper in this dress. It is a free dress. It doesn't require a zipper. So I'm just going to place it aside now, then I'll cut the front piece. So I already placed my pattern paper on another fabric to cut out the front. Now I'm going to be cutting the front neckline with the front. Can you see? So this is it. Then when you get to the shoulder area, you're also going to leave ½ inch for the joining of the shoulder. I think this is way more than ½ inch, so just cut out of it. Also leave ½ inch for the armhole area for the joining of the sleeve. Okay, this side you're also going to leave about 1 inch for the joining of the sides. Okay, so just basically what I did for the back, that's the same thing I repeated here. It's just that I cut the front neckline for this particular piece. Now after doing that, you can see all the allowances that I have left. Now I'll cut this little v-neck that is at the front area. So just go ahead and cut it out just like this. So guys, this is it. This is what you're going to have. This is it for the cutting of the front and the back pieces. It was very easy, guys. Now I'm going to place it aside, then I'll cut the sleeve. I already went ahead to cut the sleeve off camera. So what I did is I added ½ inch to the top here, I added 1 inch to the side, and I added 1 inch to the hem as well, and I cut it on fold. So that is it for the sleeve. Now the next thing I'm going to be cutting is a piece of fabric I'll be using to turn the neck of the front and the back. So to do that, I'm just going to bring this piece of fabric here. I'll just fold it into two. So go ahead and fold it into two like this. I'll be using it to turn the neck of the front and the back. So just place the front neckline on it like this, then go ahead and pin it down just the way you see me doing. Then after you're done doing that, you're just going to go ahead and trace out the neckline. After doing that, remove the pin and remove the front piece, then go ahead and cut it out just the way you see me doing. You can see it's very easy, so just trace it out a little bit. So this is going to be what I'll be using to turn the neckline of the front, as you can see. So this is how it is looking like. Now I'm going to place it and the front piece together. I'll fold them together, then place them aside. Now we'll do the same thing to the back piece. Go ahead and fold your fabric into two just like this. Place the back piece on it, arrange the neckline, pin it together, then go ahead and trace it out just the same way that we did for the front. So guys, this is it. This is for the back neckline. Okay, place it on the back piece and fold it together as well. So now that we are done doing that, we've cut out all the pieces that we need. Now I'll go ahead and remove the pattern paper of the sleeve, make a notch at the sleeve area here. Then I'll just be placing the sleeve aside, then I'll start working on the actual fabric. Okay, So to sew this dress, the first thing I'm going to do is I'll take this piece that I cut out. I'm going to take it to the sewing machine and I will hem it just like this. I'll hem it round, take it to the sewing machine and hem it like that. Then you will do the same thing to the one you will be using for the back neckline. So go ahead and take it to the sewing machine and hem it as well. So guys, this is what I had after I was done hemming. I don't know if you can see it. So this is what you're going to have. Now I'm going to take my fabric. I'll open my fabric on the table like this. Then I'll place it on it, the right sides facing each other. Okay, then I'll go ahead and sew it. Then after I'm done doing that, I will do the same thing to the front piece. Place the fabric I will use and turn the neckline on it, the right sides facing each other. Then I'm also going to go ahead and sew it just the way you see me demonstrating. So guys, this is what you're going to have after you are done sewing. So this is it. Now I'm going to make notches on this area here that I just sewed. So just go ahead and make notches on it just like this. After you are done doing that, this is it. Now I'll take it to the sewing machine and I will top stitch it. So I'm just going to top stitch it to the side of the turner. Okay, so as you can see, I'm making notches on the front piece as well. Then after making notches, I will also take it to the sewing machine and I will make a top stitch on it. So that's what I'm going to do right now. This is what I had after I was done top stitching, as you can see. So let me just place it on the table for you to see. So after top stitching, you can see how it is lying very flat on the fabric, and I did the same thing to the front piece. Now what I'm going to do is to go ahead and join the shoulders together. Now I'll be placing the front piece on the back piece, the right sides facing each other. Then I will take the shoulder. You can see I open up the turner of the back piece. Now I will be using the turner of the back piece to cover it just the way you see me do. Then go ahead and pin it down. This is for me to be able to join the shoulder in a way that it will kind of look invisible and look clean. Okay, so I'm just pinning it down now. Then after I'm done pinning down, I'll take it to the sewing machine. Then I will run a stitch on it like that. Then I will do the same thing to the other side. Okay, run a stitch on it. This is what I had after I was done doing that, guys. You can see I've joined the shoulder. Can you see how clean this shoulder is looking? So that was the reason for what I did. Now I'm going to go ahead to iron it out. So just use your hot iron to iron it out. Then I'll be using my hemming gum to gum the piece of fabric I use in turning the neckline to the actual fabric. Did you see what I'm doing? So just place hemming gum inside of it like that. Then you're going to use a hot iron to press it together, and this is going to gum the turner to the fabric, and it will remain like that. Nothing will happen to it, so it won't be popping out when you wear your dress. Okay, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just using hemming gum to gum around the neckline.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left.
So guys, as you can see, I'm done doing that. I'm just ironing it out from the front area so that everything will be flat and clean. So this is it after I was done ironing. So this is how it's going to look like. Now I'm going to go ahead and place it aside, then I will work on the sleeve. So the first thing I'm going to be doing to the sleeve is I will take it to the sewing machine and I'm going to be hemming the down part of the sleeve. So just take it to the sewing machine and hem it, then you do the same thing to the other one. This is what I had after I was done hemming it. Okay, so this is it. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to bring the feather. Okay, so I'll be sewing the feather to the hem part that I just that I just hemmed, this part that I just fold, I will sew the feather to it. So I'm just going to place the feather on it like this. I'll first of all use my pin to pin it together. So just go ahead and watch exactly what I'm doing, then you will understand. So just pin it, make sure that the fabric is not showing. Okay, pin it exactly where your fabric is so that it will look very clean. So guys, after pinning like this, I'll take it to the sewing machine and run a stitch on it. Then I'm also going to do the same thing to the other sleeve. So just place the feather on the hem part and sew it as well. So this is what I had after I was done sewing the feather to the hem part. Guys, can you see how pretty this is coming out? It's looking so beautiful. So that's it for that. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and attach the sleeve to the body. So this part that I notched, I'm just going to place it on the shoulder of the body. Then I'm going to pin it together just like that. Then I'm now going to go ahead to pin the sleeve to the armhole just like that. Pin it all the way to the other end just like this. Then after doing that, I will do the same thing to this other side. So just pin the sleeve and the armhole area together. Now that I'm done pinning, guys, I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and sew it. Then I will do the same thing to the other sleeve. This is what I had after I was done attaching the sleeve to the body, as you can see. Now the next step is for me to join the sides. Okay, I'm just going to place it together. Then I will start joining from the sleeve, join it all the way to the armhole area, and I'll continue joining all the way to the end. Then I will do the same thing to the other side. This is what I had after I was done joining the sides together, guys. So this is it. Now the last thing I'm going to do is to take this back to the sewing machine. I'm just going to go ahead to hem the down part. So just fold it and hem it round just like that. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So this is what I had after I was done hemming it just like that. So this is it, guys. Basically, this is all for the making of this beautiful A-line dress with bell sleeve. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. Let me know if this is a tutorial you are going to be trying out. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video. I will see you all in my next video.